Children are known for their innocence, lively streak, and caring hearts. Often, they engage in acts of pure love and kindness that serve as shining examples for people of all ages. Interestingly enough, the youngster in today's story did something similar, despite his own ordeal. Matthew McDonald was the beloved son of Linda and Patrick McDonald, and they lived happily in South Abington Township, Pennsylvania. In January 2014, at the tender age of 3, the couple's little boy was diagnosed with stage 4 Wilms tumor, a pediatric kidney tumor. Thereafter, he underwent major surgeries, chemotherapy and radiation treatments, and trial immunotherapy sessions. But through it all, Matthew remained strong and courageous and continued spreading laughter, joy, and love. The McDonalds were constantly amazed by their son's beautiful heart and compassion for those around him. In the fall of 2016, little Matthew accompanied his mother on a trip to the grocery store, and on their way back, he shared something that made her even more proud of him. The family's prayers were answered when in 2017, the doctors gave their beloved boy an all-clear sign. Linda said her boy expressed a heartfelt desire to do something to help kids battling cancer. She noted that she wasn't surprised because she had always seen Matthew put others before himself. The proud mother recalled instances when her warrior son was undergoing treatment at the hospital, and whenever he heard a child cry, he said, "Mommy, I feel bad for them. I will pray for them." Linda stated that it was in her boy's nature to think of others first, even while experiencing challenges himself. Although Matthew wasn't yet clear about what he wanted to do, the idea struck him after he learned about Alex's Lemonade Stand, a nonprofit aimed at raising funds for childhood cancer research, created by a Connecticut youngster who died from neuroblastoma in 2004. Because winter was just around the corner, Matthew decided to do something that involved his favorite drink in the chilly weather, hot chocolate. To help realize the wish of their sweet boy with a heart of gold, Linda sought permission from her locality to use a park, while Patrick helped construct a cocoa stand. On Saturday, December 10, 2016, the only day the 6-year-old boy was free from his cancer treatment, he set up Matthew's miraculous hot cocoa and raised $6,500 in only 2 hours while working in the freezing cold. The McDonalds donated the amount to Alex's Lemonade Stand. Loved ones, friends, acquaintances, and even complete strangers lined up to make the fundraiser an overwhelming success. Many community members even donated paper cups, plates, and other wholesome goodies, including marshmallows, cookies, and donuts. It was a pleasant sight, not just for the McDonalds, but for the whole neighborhood. All thanks to the enormous heart of a little boy who emerged as a beacon of love, light, and joy for everyone in his community. Linda and Patrick were no strangers to their son's sacrificial and loving nature. But after the fundraiser's success, everyone witnessed his selflessness and how he carved out a path to help other children experiencing the same ordeal. When asked what motivated him to engage in such a noble act, Matthew said that he cared more about the other children than himself. His pure heart and affection for others assured his family he would survive the odds. Linda noted that her son hardly felt demotivated, adding, "He completely trusts that God will heal him at just the right time." According to the McDonalds, their beloved boy was incredibly outgoing and amiable and loved being around kids. Despite his painstakingly difficult journey with cancer, little Matthew refused to lose hope or give up, which spoke volumes about him. Linda mentioned that her ray of sunshine aspired to become a doctor so that he could heal people. Despite being in her 40s, the Pennsylvania resident said there were many moments when she had trouble defining her purpose of existence, and yet Matthew is 6 years old and knows exactly what his purpose is. He is, by far, my greatest inspiration. Matthew's parents documented their brave son's journey on their Facebook page, Team Matthew. However, later, they renamed it Matthew's Hope for Miracles. The family's prayers were answered when in 2017, the doctors gave their beloved boy an all-clear sign. In a post shared on February 24, 2020, Linda and Patrick thanked everyone for their love and support and sang praises to God for blessing them with a miracle. A part of the caption read, It was 3 years ago today that our amazing surgeon, Dr. Michael LaQuaglia, from Sloan Kettering, came out of the orb beaming and saying he's fine. It came out in one piece. Undoubtedly, kids like Matthew are special and deserve to be loved and protected at all costs. His family and friends are lucky to have him, and we hope he continues to inspire people with his beautiful heart. Let's move on to the next story. Kindness and love are the most precious gifts we can give people because they only multiply in magnitude when shared. Moreover, they trigger a chain reaction, inspiring others to do the same. A Good Samaritan did just that when he made Christmas merry for a daddy-daughter duo. In a world where we can be anything, choosing empathy and extending a helping hand can make a significant difference in people's lives. It doesn't matter how much you can give if your actions stem from genuine care and concern. One day in December 2021, a kind-hearted man engaged in a similar activity when he saw a father with his little girl on the roadside. The noble recipient was none other than Dai Fakethi, a filmmaker, motivational speaker, philanthropist, and vlogger hailing from South Africa. It was a bright sunny day when Fakethi noticed a man and his daughter with a small backpack and a few sweets. When he approached the pair, he poke-punched the man and greeted him and his kid with a warm Christmas greeting. As was expected, the father was deeply touched and asked his kind-hearted benefactor if he was the renowned Bai Fakethi. Then, Fakethi asked the man how everything was on his side, to which he replied that he had been without work for the past 3 months. He went on to explain that despite being qualified in petroleum engineering, he was sitting without a job and no proper means of sustenance for his family. Seeing that the distraught father could use a little uplifting, Fakethi went to a nearby Burger King and bought meals for the daddy-daughter duo. After handing them food, the famous vlogger reminded them that it was Christmas and they deserved to rejoice. Still, Fakethi couldn't help but notice the dad's mellow mood and asked, "So tell me, what can I do for you to make things better for you?" To this, the man replied, "You already did for me." But on Fakethi's insistence, he said he needed nappies for his other child, who wasn't shown on camera. When the South African filmmaker asked the dad how much the diapers would cost, he responded that the cheap ones would be 35 rands. However, Fakethi took out a stack of cash instead of giving him the exact amount and handed them to the father. Seeing the huge amount, the little girl chimed, "That's too much. That's too much money." In a light-hearted tone, Fakethi turned to the adorable child and gave her more money, reminding her not to harbor the thought that it was too much. The moment she took the cash, he added, "That's your Christmas gift. Give it to Daddy." But that wasn't all. Fakethi once again told the man that it was Christmas and everyone deserved to celebrate the festive occasion with their loved ones. Then he mentioned that he didn't wish to see the father and his little angel on the road and took out another pile of cash. Fakethi told the man that he would be pleased if he could start his own business. "I can start my own business, but I don't have the tools," answered the man. Soon afterward, the kind philanthropist took out more money and gave it to the father, hoping it would help solve his predicament. Once again, the cheerful girl told Fakethi it was too much money, and he responded, "It's never too much. I'm making sure that Daddy is able to support you. He is going to start a business and be able to support you." As was expected, the father was deeply touched and asked his kind-hearted benefactor if he was the renowned Bai Fakethi. "No, I'm just Father Christmas. Love you," said Fakethi, and wished the dad and her little girl to take care of themselves and enjoy. Fakethi posted the video on his official YouTube channel on December 26, 2021, where it became an instant viral sensation, racking up millions of views, likes, and comments from netizens far and wide. Many appreciated his generosity in helping the deserving man just in time for the holidays. This man is an angel. The world needs more people like him. Royal Mantis. That's the most humble and beautiful child I've ever seen. Hope she ends up having the life she deserves. Red and Krasta. This was absolutely wonderful for you to go out and help these two people in need. You have a big heart. We need people more like you in this world. Sick. Chris Shaw. That little girl is so innocent, honest and humble. This breaks my heart seeing families struggling like this. Everyone has a right to have food and shelter. Claire McMohan. Undoubtedly, the spirit of the holiday season is giving and sharing whatever you have with someone who could use a little bolster and cheer. We loved sharing this magical Christmas story with you, and if it warmed your heart, we would be happy to hear your feedback.